Hey everybody, it's Boykeeplays, and today I wanted to figure out how many modern Sonic stages and Sonic forces could I beat without using any modern moves. Obviously that means no boosting, no homing attacks. It also means no double jumping, no sliding, no stomping, anything that modern Sonic can do that classic Sonic can't. Except for rail grinding, since that's just part of the stages, and classic Sonic can do that anyway. So yeah, let's get started. Just so you know, I won't be doing any boss fights or extra stages, just the main modern Sonic stages. And since Sonic X Shadow Generations comes out soon, I'll be playing as the ultimate life form himself, except for when I can't. Here we are on the first stage, Lost Valley, and yeah, there are no wisps or anything at the start, we just have to hold forward, don't have to double jump or anything. So, yeah, that part's pretty easy. Then we get to this wisp capsule, which makes us want to boost, but can't, so just jump over them a bunch. This part where you normally chain homing attacks, you can actually get all the way across with just one jump. My jumps are way off sometimes, I keep getting hit. I guess there's a little bit of momentum in this game. Initially I just planned to play Episode Shadow without boosting, but that would be boring, so I decided to do this instead. Let's go around the loop-de-loop. Even without quick stepping, I can still take the left path. And with that, we completed the first stage, Lost Valley. Next up we have Egg Gate, and since this level has a QTE, then we can't play as Shadow, so we had to use Sonic. And immediately we're given a Wisp Capsule to boost with, but we don't have to boost. We can just run on by the crushing ceiling. Now that we're outside the Death Egg, we can grind on rails in space. But might as well enjoy it while we can, because this is where we have to stop. Can't get through here without homing attacks. Let's just enjoy the view of the moon instead. Oh wait, no, that's just a meteor. Or is it an asteroid? Stage 8, Luminous Forest. The level that is infamous for just having you boost in a straight line for 15 whole seconds. But hey, since we aren't boosting, maybe it will be better. I hate getting hit by these missiles. After doing some Batnik bouncing, we can make it into the 2D section. Just like the classic games, here it's best to stay on the upper path, since that requires the least platforming, I guess. Fell down though because I couldn't make it all the way over here with a single jump. I was, however, able to get back up to the middle path, so that's good. Alright, we're almost out of the 2D section. After going through this loop and bouncing on some more Batniks, we can get back into 3D. Now normally in this part you could just boost through, but since we can't here, then I had to actually watch where I was going and do some jumps and stuff. However, at the end of this section, there are a whole bunch of enemies that we would have to do homing attacks on or air boosts to get through. And since we can't do that, then I tried just jumping across and that didn't work. So I then tried taking the left path, but to get up there you had to do homing attacks. And yeah, those are banned. And believe me, I tried several times to get across every way I could think of, but none of them worked. So unfortunately, Luminous Forest is not possible. Next up is Sunset Heights, a level I was surprised is going to make a reappearance in Shadow Generations. We can just jump to the side here to avoid these robots. And I just noticed Shadow's jump doesn't really have the squash and stretch that Sonic's does. Weird. You can still grab this grappling hook without the homing attack. And even though it's telling us to, we don't have to quick step here.
Huh?
This part was actually a little bit tricky. I couldn't just go forward because I didn't have enough speed to do that. I tried these platforms over here, but I couldn't jump high enough to get to the next platform. And since neither that nor going forward was working, then I decided to go to the left instead. Hey, it worked! In the 2D section, just have to do a bit of jumping. And I wanted to see if I could get all the way up here, but didn't really work. After a little bit, we can do some bouncing and then head up here to this rail. We can bounce on these Batniks here. And normally we can just homing attack this pulley, but since we can't do homing attacks, then we have to carefully platform to get to this other spring. And there's actually a red star ring and some rainbow rings up here. And with that, Sunset Heights is completed.
Baker.
Next up is Stage 21, Network Terminal. Now starting out at this level, there are a few ways that we can go. We can go forward or we can go to the left. I decided to try out the left first. But of course that was not a good idea. Instead I tried the right. and it took me to the main path, and so far so good. Never mind. Going straight doesn't change anything. Tried going backwards on the rail to see if that did anything, but it didn't, just sent me back forward. So yeah, network terminal is also not possible. Next up is Metropolitan Highway. We start off in 2D and can do some batnik bouncing. We can actually just skip the rail here and just jump over it. After some more platforming and batnik bouncing, we can get out of the 2D section and go skydiving. We never really see Classic Sonic skydive, but who knows, maybe he can. But since diving is like boosting, I decided not to dive. Hey, don't look at me like that! It seems so weird not boosting. But since I'm not boosting, I also won't fall off here. Unfortunately, our journey ends here. Similarly to Luminous Forest, we can't do homing attacks here. So, yeah, Metropolitan Highway is also not possible. On to the final modern Sonic stage in the main game, Mortar Canyon. Starting off, we have a rail that we grind on, obviously. And we can just head straight down to get to these springs over here easily. And here I decided to skip a bit of platforming by jumping. Oh, that was actually kinda close. We can head down through these dash rings to start grinding some more. And after playing chase with these Roadrunner ostrich robots, then we can get to this section where we can either go left, right, or straight forward. And of course I opted for straight forward. Now this part of the level was actually a little tricky because these ostriches kept shooting me. I guess just jumping isn't the best idea here. Here we are back with our friends the ostriches. Eggman should just like get rid of all the wisps and get an army of robot ostriches, then he could beat Sonic. Or Shadow. Finally, I got through the ostriches. That satisfaction didn't last for very long, though. Here we go again. Once again, I made it through the ostriches, so now we can head down and not fall this time, hopefully. Hey, I walked right into a bomb, but I made it. Though it seems like we'd have to do homing attacks here. So instead, I tried jumping, and it worked. Now I just gotta do the same thing a few more times. Let's try that again, and... yes! We're almost there. Finally! Though I accidentally did some homing attacks here, so I had to start this section over. Oh great, we're back here. Yay! Shadow, where are you going? What are you doing? I'm not moving the stick! Alright, we're back here. Gotta do a whole bunch of hopping over all these ostriches. We're almost there, we're almost there. Man, this game has bad poppin'. And with that, we made it. Now to the episode Shadow levels, starting with enemy territory. This stage is very similar to Sunset Heights. It's actually pretty much the same as Sunset Heights and Park Avenue, just with some added stuff. However, unlike Sunset Heights, this stage doesn't have a bunch of dash rings after the ramp. So, actually it doesn't even have a ramp, it has springs. And it requires us to homing attack these cannonballs. And we can't do that. So, enemy territory is unfortunately not possible. Next up, we have Eggmans Facility. Pretty much this whole stage is a water slide. And something pretty cool I noticed is that Shadow does the SA2 battle pose when he goes off a slide. Yeah, but also just like Luminous Forest, we meet our end at a homing attack chain after some springs at the end of the slide. Yeah, this level isn't possible. So now, onto our final level, Virtual Reality. This is a completely 2D level, so maybe that's a good sign. I hope. This level mainly consists of avoiding the virtual stuff and getting hit by it too. And a lot of jumping. This section here requires some batnik bouncing, or just running into them instead. Here we must carefully platform our way to the top. This part here took way longer than it should have. Time for another loop-de-loop. But once we get over here then yeah, we can't really move forward. I was barely able to make this first jump, but yeah, the second jump is pretty much impossible. I tried it several times off camera and can never make it, so I decided that this jump just wasn't possible. I mean, maybe it is, but from what I can do, it's not. So yeah, this level is also not possible. So yeah, with that, figured out how many modern Sonic stages and episode Shadow stages can we beat without using any modern moves, and the answer is 3. So thanks everyone for watching, and I hope you have a great day. See you later.